Welcome to online classes on thermodynamics. Now let us start with unit 2. We can say that energy can be in two forms. Energy in transit like heat and work transfer observed at the boundaries of a system, and energy in storage where energy is stored either macroscopically by virtue of motion, position or configuration of the system, or microscopically in the molecules or atoms constituting the system. Okay, these are the two forms of energy that we can find. Now let us have a look at first law for a closed system undergoing a cycle. Here let us consider a closed system which consists of a known mass of water contained in an adiabatic vessel having a thermometer and a pulley and weight arrangement. Okay, this system is completely insulated from the surrounding, so that we will call it as adiabatic vessel. Adiabatic vessel means there is no heat transfer from system to surrounding and surrounding to system, and this system also consists of a thermometer to measure the temperature of the system and weight and pulley arrangement. Okay, this is the arrangement we have. Initially let us assume that the temperature of the system is T1, and now I will do some amount of work on this system by putting some weight on this hanger. When you put some weight on this hanger, this wheel will be rotating using this pulley. So when it rotates, it does some work on the system. That work, that amount of work which does on the system is represented in this PV diagram process 1 to 2. The work done in the process 1 to 2 is W1 to 2. Now after adding this work 1 to 2, the temperature of the system rises from T1 to T2. Okay, after adding this work, the temperature of the system rises from T1 to T2, and after some time what I will do is I will remove this insulation. Okay, once you remove this insulation, then the heat transfer takes place from the system to surrounding. Okay, once you remove this insulation, then the system will start interacting with the surrounding. Once the system starts interacting with the surrounding, it loses heat to the surrounding. That amount of work Q2 to 1 can be represented in the figure, this PV diagram. Some amount of work is done on the system, and after that once you remove the insulation, then from 2 to 1 again system loses its heat to the surrounding. Thereby the system completes one complete cycle. In process 1 to 2, some amount. This is the explanation which I have explained in last slide. You can refer it. From the experiment, it has been found that the work W1 to 2 is always proportional to the heat Q2 to 1, and the constant of proportionality is called the Joule's equivalent or mechanical equivalent of heat. So from the experiment, it is found that the work which is added to the system in the process 1 to 2 is directly proportional to the heat rejected by the system in the process 2 to 1. So if you write it as mathematically, you can write like this: work is directly proportional to the heat. So if you remove this proportionality sign, you will get the proportionality constant. That constant we will call it as Joule's equivalent or mechanical equivalent of heat. Okay, if you write this expression in expressed algebraically, you can write like this, which means that summation of work interaction in a cycle is equal to summation of work interaction in a given cycle. So J is Joule's equivalent. If you write this above equation in the form of integration or integral form, you can write like this: cyclic integral of work is equal to cyclic integral of heat in a given cycle. So this sign represents or denotes the integral for a closed path. Okay, closed path means 1 to 2 and 2 to 1. So it completes one cycle. Closed path means one cycle. So this is the first law for a closed system undergoing a cycle. So now we can define that the first law for a closed system undergoing a cycle is equal to cyclic integral of work is equal to cyclic integral of heat. Now let us have a look at first law for a closed system undergoing a change of state. In last case, we have seen that first law for a closed system undergoing a cycle. Now we are discussing about closed system undergoing a change of state. Okay, that change of state is represented in the process in this diagram, PV diagram. Okay, in the process 1 to 2, 1 is initial state and 2 is final state. Now I have considered a system and surrounding, and you can observe here Q amount of heat is added to the system, and thereby we are getting W amount of work which is done by the system on the surrounding. Let us start with the explanation. For a closed system undergoing a change of state, the total heat is not converted into work, and that part of heat which is not converted into work is stored in the form of energy in the system. Okay, so meaning of this explanation is, if you add some amount of heat to any closed system and it does some amount of work, but the amount of work which is does by the system is not equal to amount of heat which is added to the system, then where that energy goes then? Because amount of work done by the system is less than the amount of heat added to the system. That part of heat which is not converted into work is stored in the form of energy in the system. Okay, that part of heat which is not converted into work is stored in the form of energy in the system. So that can be written in the form of maths. So mathematically, if you write this, amount of heat added to the system is equal to amount of work done by the system plus energy stored in the system. This delta E is the total energy stored in the system. Okay, so this expression is for single work and single heat transfer interaction. But if there are more energy transfer quantities involved in the process as shown in this figure, so how to write this expression is, we need to remember about sign conventions. Sign convention we have already discussed. Heat added to the system should be taken as positive. Heat rejected by the system should be taken as negative. So similarly for work transfer, if work done by the system is positive, work done on the system is negative. We can observe here Q2 and Q3. Q2, Q3 both are heat are added to the system, so positive. Q1 rejected by the system, negative. So W1, W3 work is done by the system. Okay, W2 and W3, not W1 it is, make a correction. W plus W3 work done by the system, W1 work done on the system. Okay, so this plus delta E. So this is the expression for a closed system undergoing a change of state for single work and single heat, and this is for multiple heat and work interaction. Now we will prove that, or we need to prove that whether energy is a property of the system or not. Before going for proving whether the energy is property or not, we need to know about the what do we mean by property. So if you want to call any physical quantity as the property of the system, it should depend on the end states only. If the value of the given physical quantity depends on end states, then it is called a property. If it depends on the path followed by the system, then it is not a property. Now let us prove that energy is a property of the system, which means that energy should depend on the end states 1 and 2, not on the path followed by the system. So let us consider a system which changes its state from 1 to 2 by following the path A, and again it returns from state 2 to state 1 by following the path B. Okay, system changes its state from 1 to 2 by following the path A, again it come back to its initial state 1 by following the path B. So the system undergoes a cycle here. This completes one cycle. So writing the first law of thermodynamics for path A, which we have already discussed. So write down first law of thermodynamics for a path A. So for path A, QA equal to delta EA plus WA. Heat added to the system is equal to energy stored in the system in the process 1 to 2. Sorry, not in the process, in a cycle 1 to 2, and work interaction in the cycle. So this is for path A, and similarly you write it for path B. First law of thermodynamics for a change of state, or for path B. So for path B we can write like this: QB equal to delta EB plus WB. The process A and B together constitute a cycle. Okay, So here we have applied the first law of thermodynamics for path A and path B individually. Then the process A and B together constitute a cycle for which we can write it as summation of work interaction equal to summation of heat interactions, or in another form, summation of work in the cycle here is WA plus WB plus heat interaction is QA plus QB. So if you rewrite this, QA minus WA equal to WB minus QB. So call it as equation 3, 1, 2 and 3. From equation 1, 2 and 3 it yields, from all these equation 1, 2 and 3 we can easily write it as delta EA equal to minus. Similarly, had the system returned from the state 2 to state 1 by the following path C instead of path B. In earlier case what we have seen, system had returned from its point 2 or state 2 to state 1 by following path B. Now let us assume that if the system returned from state 2 to state 1 by following path C instead of path B, so we can write it as delta EA equal to minus of delta EC. Call it as equation 5. Now from the equation 4 and 5 we can easily write it as delta EA equal to minus of delta EB. So therefore it is seen that the change in energy between two states of a system is the same. Okay, from this equation we can easily tell that the change in energy between the two states of a system is the same, whatever path the system may follow in undergoing the change of state. Therefore energy has a definite value for every state of the system. Hence it is a point function and a property of the system, because energy depends on the end states of the system, not on the path followed by the system. So that is the reason why we can call it as energy is a property of a system.